versus Robert Joseph Matson, file number 21-20513-FH. Today's the date set for sentencing in this matter. We are proceeding today partially by video conference and partially in person. Mr. Daly is here in person. Mr. Daly, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
James Daly, appearing on behalf of Mr. Matson.
And we also have Mr. Stevenson with us from the Michigan Department of Corrections. And sir, you are Robert Joseph Matson, correct?
Hello. I'm a living flesh and blood man, attorney for a public officer or statutory citizen judge. I'm a living flesh and blood man.
All right. You are the living flesh and blood man who's known as Robert Matson, correct?
Attorney for Robert Joseph Matson, which would be the all caps name.
Good morning.
Judge, there was something that I was trying to talk to my attorney about. That before you let me out of the hospital, I was in the hospital or the jail. I was experiencing a lot of pain and trouble. The jail was not treating me properly. After I got out of the jail, I went to the hospital and they hurried and rushed me to Toledo Hospital, where I almost died. Had I not been released from jail when I did, I would be dead in that county jail.
All right, Mr. Matson, we're here for your sentencing hearing today. I'm not really able to address issues of medical treatment while at the jail.
Well, I was just saying that there was something I agreed to.
Mr. Matson, don't interrupt me, please. The medical treatment that people receive at the jail is not within my purview, and I'm not going to address that today. So,
well, I was just saying I was going to correct my
Mr. Matson, do not interrupt me, please. Have you had an opportunity to read and review your pre-sentence report?
I did with the secretary for Mr. Daly.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss your pre-sentence report with Mr. Daly?
I haven't had an opportunity to discuss it with him. I did with the secretary.
My secretary got a hold of him.
Mr. Daly, if you could just let me allow him to finish his answer. What were you saying, Mr. Matson?
I did with the secretary. I talked to her over the phone and told her everything looked good. And I believe Mr. Daly was supposed to get back a hold of me. I don't know if he got too busy or something else happened.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Matson. Mr. Daly, you wanted to say something on that issue.
Yes, my secretary contacted
Thank you, Mr. Matson. Mr. Daly, you wanted to say something on
PSI. He said everything. Secretary contacted. He had no complaints about anything. PSI. He said everything was right.
All right.
He had
So
no
what we'll do
complaints about
is
anything.
have
Still
Mr.
tried to
Daly
contact the bag.
step out into the hallway. We have an iPad out there. So what we'll do is have we can log into the Zoom session. Step out into the hallway.
I don't think he needs that. He's
there,
ready to be sentenced.
that we can log into the Zoom session.
You have any other questions? I don't think he needs that. He's ready to be sentenced, Your Honor.
Yeah, Judge.
You have any other questions,
I think
Mr. Matson?
the court's making a big mistake here. I've not.
I appreciate that, Mr. Matson.
The court's making a big mistake. My rights or immunities. I'm not.
I appreciate that, Mr. Matson.
I'm not doing any of my rights or immunities. I'm not somebody who's under I've never signed anything to support. Not somebody who's under the jurisdiction. I've never signed anything to support.
If you don't stop talking to me before device.
Okay. Well, I object, but I mean,
I've discussed all of these issues with you before. I've muted Mr. Matson's device.
I object, but I mean,
All right, Mr. Matson, what I'm trying to tell you is I've muted Mr. Matson's device issues. He won't stop interrupting those issues. Mr. Matson, what I'm trying to tell you, and ultimately you have discussed these issues your own choice. You've raised those issues against those issues, and ultimately subpled guilty of your own choice, narcotic to less than 25 grams. So I'm going to sentence you on that charge, narcotic. If you'd like, I will. So I'm going to sentence have Mr. Daly step into the hall, and you can have a breakout session with him. I will speak with him about have Mr. Daly step into the hall, and you can have a breakout session with him. If you have questions with him about your talk with him about pre-sentence investigation report. So I'm going to question your device now to talk, and I want you to tell me whether you want a breakout session regarding Mr. Daly or not. I'm going to unmute your device now, and I want you to tell me whether you want a breakout session with Mr. Daly or not.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. You want a breakout session with Mr. Daly?
Hello? Well,
Yes, we can hear you now. You want a breakout session with Mr. Daly?
I mean, about this and
answer my question. Do you
well, I
want
tried to
a
talk to
breakout
Mr. Daly
session
before,
with Mr. Daly
I
or
mean,
not?
about
Mr.
this
Manson,
and
answer my question. Do you
yes, sir.
want a breakout session with Mr. Daly
you're
or
gonna
not?
do what you're gonna do. I mean, I've tried to talk to the courts and reason with the courts.
Your Honor,
I mean, you're gonna sentence me
you're gonna
today.
do what you're gonna do. I mean, I've tried to
file for an
talk to the
appeal
courts and reason with the
an
courts.
objection
I mean,
to anything that
you're gonna
happens
sentence
today.
me today, then
I
I
was
was
under
under
duress
appeal.
when I took the
I'm
plea.
an
Due to
objection
my
to
life
anything
was
that
at
happens
stake.
today.
I was under
Mr.
duress
Manson,
when I took the
please
plea
answer my
due
question.
to my life
Do
was
you
at
want
stake.
a breakout session with Mr. Daly or not? Mr. Manson, please answer
Mr.
my
Daly
question.
hasn't been
Do
much
you
of
want
help
a
for me,
breakout
Your Honor,
session with
so
Mr. Daly? That is
of course-
not an answer to my question, Mr.
Mr.
Manson.
Daly
Please
hasn't
answer
been
the
much of
question. You
help
want a
for me,
breakout
Your Honor,
session with
so
him or
of
not? That is
course-
not an answer to my question, Mr. Manson. Please answer the question. You want a breakout session with him or not?
Sorry, Your Honor, I it just ain't been doing me any help, no justice at all.
Sorry, Your Honor,
I said what I had to say.
it just ain't
Of course,
been doing
it's
me
gonna sentence me today, then
any help, no
that's what
justice
they're
at
gonna
all.
do.
I mean, I've already
said what I had to say.
don't
Of course,
agree
it's
with
gonna
anything
sentence
that's
me
going on
today,
today. That's
I'm
what
sorry.
they're gonna do. I just
My
don't
life
agree
was
with
at stake
anything that's
when
going on
I
today.
talked to the
I'm
courts.
sorry. All right, Mr. Manson, Mr.
My life
Manson,
was at stake
please
when
stop.
I talked
So
to the courts.
you refuse to answer my question about whether you want a breakout session. Please stop talking or not.
So-
The law,
Well, I
you
didn't-
refuse to
I didn't
answer
want
my
to
question
debate
about
about
whether you want a
attorney.
breakout
Yes, sir.
session with Mr. Daly or not. The law.
Well, I didn't want
Mr. Manson,
to debate
stop
with my
talking.
attorney.
Mute again
Yes, sir.
because he's continually interrupting you. Mr. Manson, what I'm trying to explain to you, Mr. Manson, that again because you have the right to discuss your pre-sentence report. What I'm trying to explain to you is that I've asked you have 4 or 5, maybe 6 times now whether you want your attorney to have the opportunity for that. I've asked you 4 or 5, maybe 6 times now whether you want to. What I'm going to do right now is asking you for that. Ask Mr. Daly to step into the hallway. Simple yes or no answer. Set up that iPad. What I'm going to do right now is ask session. Ask Mr. Daly to step into the hallway in order to set up that iPad. Make sure that I can breakout session with Mr. Daly in order to your rights to have that breakout I comply with. So at this point, I'm going to, with your rights, set that up, have that breakout want it or not. So at this point, we have complied with that. Set that up, whether you want it or not, so that we have complied with that requirement.
Judge, I just had a repeated conversation you already had. I'm prepared for sentencing. Judge, I just had a repeated conversation you already had. I'm
All right,
prepared for sentencing.
Mr. Manson, you've now had an opportunity to discuss. All right, pre-sentence report. Manson, you've now had an opportunity to
No,
discuss.
he didn't want to hear me, Your Honor. He just told me that he was here to get me sentenced. I tried to talk to him about things.
No, he didn't want to hear me, Your Honor. He just told me that he was here to get me sentenced. I tried to talk to him about things. I tried to talk to him before we even went to court about things that was going on. As far as being in my life, jail, which he didn't ever try to help me out because if he would have, as far as being in incarcerated jail, which he didn't ever try to help me out because in jail. If he would have, he would have did an investigation. Known that was in court. That was wrongfully in jail. I told him, I mean, he don't care to do anything to help me. All he cares about is just helping you guys out and get me sucked into the system. I mean, he don't care to do anything to help me. All he cares about is just helping you guys out and get me sucked into the system. I did provide Mr. Manson with an opportunity to. All right, for the record, I did provide Mr. Manson with an opportunity with Mr. Daly in a breakout session. Mr. Manson, satisfied with Mr. Daly and the advice that he's given? I'm not satisfied with the advice he's giving, no, sir. Satisfied with Mr. Daly and the advice that he's given? I'm not satisfied with the advice he's giving, no, sir. You wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or the relevancy of any of the information that's in your pre-sentence report? You wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or the relevancy of any of the information that's in your pre-sentence report? The stuff that's in the pre-sentence report is
directed to the statutory in the pre-sentence report citizen is statutory citizen. I'm a constitutory citizen. You cannot be a constitutional person, statutory citizen, and a constitutional person at the same time. You cannot be a constitutional person, rights, which the court and a statutory person at the same time, Your Honor. So I was asking you, Judge, you work as a banker or judge today, designed to protect rights. So I was asking you, Judge, you work as a banker or judge today to show that there's even a, there's no, is there anything to show that, there's even a contract between us? Is there anything to show that there's even a contract between us?
This isn't a contract issue, Mr. Matson.
Is there, in order for the time to exist, Your Honor, there must be an injured party.
This isn't a contract issue, Mr. Matson. It's a criminal law.
In order for the time to exist, Your Honor, there must be an injured party. 481 in the constitutional rights, 9 share versus call in order for it to be 481. There ought to be a 9 party. There's no 45. In order for it to be a crime, there ought to be an injured party.
Right.
I mean, there's no injured party. There's no crime.
The basis of your conviction, again, you pled guilty.
Right.
Mr. Matson, you're arguing the basis of your conviction. Again, you pled guilty. Mr. Matson, what I'm asking you is whether Mr. Matson explain or Mr. Matson asking you is whether information that is in your you'd wish to explain or challenge is any of that information inaccurate information that is in your pre-sentence report. So
inaccurate as far as the person that the courts they're trying to sentence inaccurate as far as the person I'm a living flesh and blood man. They're trying to sentence all caps names. It's not me. I'm a living flesh and blood man.
So with respect to that argument, a fictional person, what the court will say is that. All right. So with respect to that argument, what the court will say is that leave the information that is in the pre-sentence report in the pre-sentence report. And leave the information that is in the pre-sentence report in the pre-sentence report and deny what seems to be some kind of a request to modify the pre-sentence report. What seems to be some kind of a request to modify the pre-sentence an argument that doesn't state any cognizable legal argument that about a difference between Mr. Matson state any cognizable legal theory about a difference between Mr. Matson as a human being and Mr. Matson.
Well, Your Honor, you never even explained to me what the jurisdiction was. I tried from the beginning.
Mr. Matson.
Well, Your Honor, you never even explained to me what the jurisdiction was. I tried from the beginning.
Mr. Matson continues to interrupt me with Mr. Matson line of argument that continues to interrupt me with a line of argument. I don't even know what to say about it. It just is. It's not a legal argument at all. I don't even know what to say about it. It just is. It's not a legal argument at all. Some kind of fanciful belief that there's a difference between Mr. Matson, some kind of fancy, and Mr. Matson that some other. There's a difference between Mr. Matson not recognized by the law and Mr. Matson not going to some other entity which is not recognized by the law, and I'm not going to entertain it any further. Mr. Daly, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exist any known constitutional defects? Mr. Daly, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions? The probation officers calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines in this case to be from 0 to 9. The probation officers calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines in this case to be from 0 to 9 months. Do you agree with that computation of guidelines? Before the court passes sentence, Mr. Daly, what would you like to say on behalf of Mr. Matson? Before the court passes sentence,
I've had the same
anything you'd like to say
conversations with Mr. Matson the court's had. He's never wanted to talk about this case. He's always wanted to talk about Mr. Matson the court's had. He's never wanted to talk about this case. He's always wanted to talk about what he pled guilty to and what he was doing, which I do know that. I'm prepared to pled guilty. He knew what he was doing. I do know that.
All right, Mr. Matson, in a moment, I'm going to unmute your microphone, and I'm going to give you an opportunity. In a moment, I'm going to allocution. That's an opportunity to say, and I'm going to give you an opportunity for the court passes for allocution. That's an opportunity to say anything that you'd like to say on your own behalf before the court passes sentence.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
Yes, sir. You said that. I can say anything that I wish before sentencing. You said that. I can say anything that I wish before sentencing.
You can.
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I mean,
You can.
before I took that plea, yes, I told Your Honor, Mr. Daly that I mean, I wanted to before I took that plea, I told Mr. Daly that the cameras for the courts to prove that I wanted him to sit there the day that the cameras I was put in jail and said that to prove that I was that I wasn't in the court the day that I was put in jail and said that he said and I told him I wanted that I wasn't in the fight my case, but I had to be out because I had medical court. Mr. Daly, and I told him I wanted that's fine. Fight my case, but I had to be out. If you stay here and fight this case, Mr. Daly, keep you in here for your fighting case. You will not be. But if you stay here and you fight the jail, they'll keep you in here for your fighting case. You will not be. I couldn't do that. Let out. I was in jail, major pain. I would have died in that jail. Your Honor, I couldn't do that. My proof is within the doctor's record. Major pain. I would have died in condition, which would have left me dead. My proof is within the doctor's record. The time that I took the plea. I have serious conditions which left me dead within a week from the time that I took the plea. Killed in a car accident. The following day, everything's been going downhill for me ever since. Was now killed this in a car accident. I don't feel that been going
The property dispute keeps getting more complicated as both sides argue over who actually owns the items. Mr. Nutter claims the green couch, pots and pans, and other belongings were his, while Courtney gives a completely different version of events. The judge tries to separate the facts from the arguments, repeatedly reminding Mr. Nutter to answer the questions directly.
Anything fair, which is not going to be within the court system. Fair. I mean, I've tried to say, which is not going to be within the court system. I mean, I've tried to say, who is within your jurisdiction, person, faith who is within your jurisdiction. But I'm not faith thing, constitutional laws, I will use them if I feel necessary. Under the constitutional laws, but I will use them if I feel necessary. Living flesh and blood man. As a constitutional, there is no injured party. Flesh and blood man. The only injured party would be the state's laws. There is no injured party. The only injured party would be the state's laws. The prosecutor, which the injured party, and the judge cannot be the prosecutor, nothing's right. The party, and the judge case either had to move to a higher court. Nothing's right. And I was case either had been dismissed, left in jail to fight my case for a year. I would have been dead. I've been stupid not to sit there and just agree with a plea that I didn't even agree with in the first place, just to save my life. I don't think that's fair at all. It's not right. There's nothing but wrong here. It's injustice, not justice. I mean, the requirement for equal protection, I mean, treatment, I mean, there's form 05.0333, the terms are binding you and me together, Judge. There's nothing even sitting there stating that. I mean, you can't be a constitutional person and a statutory person at the same time. Either you're one or the other, and as constitutional rights is known in form number 10.002, and then your context, you have your statutory privilege form would be 0.0503. If you claim your privilege, statutory privileges, you surrender constitutional rights, which I'm not doing any of that. The definition of a public jurist is therefore deception, which is in form 05.014. I've not had time to get my own paperwork together due to the hospital when I logged into their system because my Wi-Fi wasn't working properly on my computer. I couldn't draw up my own paperwork. I've been in nothing but severe pain. I've been able to move around and do much of anything for myself. I mean, I just don't feel that anything here is being done today is right, and it's not within the constitutional or the Bill of Rights. It's common law would permit. And if I ask you if you're working under the oath of office or as banker, you don't answer that. You don't tell me which jurisdiction we're under. I mean, these are all important things. I mean, for me to even provide an intelligent argument for myself, I have to know these things. It's guaranteed in the Constitution. I didn't even ask for this attorney. You assume that I didn't know the laws and that I needed an attorney. The attorney has done nothing for me but sit there and try to feed me to the system. The only system that I know is God and God's laws, Judge. If I sit there and swear an oath, because I've never taken no.
The judge finally reaches her ruling. Mr. Nutter is awarded the 65-inch TV roof rack, 2 AC units, Chico car seat, and adventure books. When he continues arguing about the decision, the judge reminds him that he waived his right to appeal by staying in small claims court. She then sets a specific pickup date and warns that if he refuses to collect the property, she can assign a monetary value to it. The hearing ends with an $800 value placed on the property if it is not returned.